who has changed their stance? Has presidential candidate announced Sajid Premadasa, has he changed his policy to be more in alignment with yours, or have you changed yours?
Very, very good question, Shalan. Allow me to explain, right? In 2019, when Sajid Premadasa came as the candidate, he was the candidate for the UMP-led alliance, right? And the UMP policies at that time, and the policies that were supporting, I chose the Gotabaya Rajapaksa's Vistas of Prosperity policy document. So, based on those policies, I supported that candidate. But today, Sajid Premadasa is representing SJB, which is, of course, it has inherited part of UMP, but he has very openly told it is not the same UMP, because he has certain different views. He has very openly told that many a times, I'm not UMP, I'm SJB, right? Having discussed with him...
But he's also said that the true UMP is here in the SJB.
Correct. What I'm saying, it has inherited UMP. UMP is there, but when he says, I'm not the same as UMP, that means he's willing to change, no?
He's willing to change, but does that mean he has changed?
Yeah, let me explain. Right?
Okay.
So, if he says, I'm going to pursue the same UMP policy, that's a different story.
So you'll be against that?
I have certain reservations about that. Right? I have certain reservations about that. But right now we are in discussion about certain reforms in that economic policy, and I have understood him to be very much aligned to the way we are also thinking. So at the end of the day, none of us are correct, no? Right? I may have my views. They are not necessarily 100% correct. Others may also have their views. They are not 100% correct. So at the end of the day, what is important as professionals, as educated people, we should be able to debate, discuss, and come up with a compromise. So we are trying to come up with that compromise.
Okay. So you don't see yourself coming up with that compromise with any other candidates?
It is not the candidate, right? It is the team also.
The team also?
Team also.
Okay.
I strongly believe to get us out of this crisis, Shalan, no individual can do that alone.
Okay.
Absolutely no way, right? Because I know that through my experience. I was a private sector employee. I served the government voluntarily. Then I did politics for a short while in the opposition. Then I entered the parliament. So I have gone through a learning process. Through that, one thing I have learned is if you want to get this country out of this crisis and develop, you need a very strong team. No individual can do that. Of course, you need a leader who can provide the leadership to that team. Like the Abraham Lincoln provided leadership to a cabinet who could even see eye to eye. They fought each other. But with the leader, they work together. So likewise, we need a team. So right now, I told you there are two candidates in the running at the moment. One is Sajid Premadasa, Honorable Sajid Premadasa, and Honorable Anandakumar Sanayaka. Of the two, I believe Mr. Sajid Premadasa can put together a better team. So therefore, I am supporting him.
So you believe he is the more accommodating leader, a leader that you could come to a real compromise with?
I did not know him, let's say 1.5 years ago much. Particularly when we were in the last presidential election, I had not even spoken to him personally. But since we became independent, right, we have started a dialogue, we have started having discussions, we are participating at these meetings, and we were able to make some strong influence on some of the key decisions that was taken during certain parliamentary sessions. For example, classic example is debt restructuring. Right? Originally, SJB view, original view was that they must either support or abstain. Right? But then we put our position forward and argued, and some within the SJB also supported, and the leader finally accepted our position, and they collectively took a decision to go and oppose that. So that was the flexibility. That was the flexibility. As I said earlier, I'm not saying everything we say is right. Maybe we could be totally wrong. But I appreciate the fact there was an opportunity to debate, discuss, and come to a final compromise.